Do you feel like your journey has hit a dead end, as if your best days are behind you? If so, then I'm here to give you some encouragement today. It's very normal to feel this way. And that's why, it's in these moments of doubt and despair that we must remember, God is not yet done with you. Your story is still being written, and the author of life has incredible plans tailored just for you. Consider the profound assurance found in Jeremiah 29:11, where God declares, "For I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This isn't just a promise for ancient times. It's a living testament to God's unwavering commitment to each of us today. No matter the obstacles or setbacks you've faced, His purpose for your life remains steadfast and unchanging. Reflect on the transformative journey of Moses. Once a prince of Egypt, he became a fugitive after a grave mistake. Yet, in the solitude of the wilderness, God called upon him to lead an entire nation to freedom. Moses' past didn't disqualify him. Instead, it prepared him for a destiny beyond his wildest dreams. This narrative illustrates that our failures are not final. With God, they can become the very foundation upon which our future is built. Similarly, the Apostle Paul, formerly known as Saul, was a fervent persecutor of early Christians. His life took a dramatic turn on the road to Damascus, where he encountered Christ. This pivotal moment transformed him into one of the most influential apostles in history. Paul's story is a powerful reminder that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. Regardless of our past actions or current struggles, we can be renewed and repurposed for extraordinary missions. In our own lives, we often encounter seasons of waiting or uncertainty. It's natural to feel anxious or impatient during these times. However, it's crucial to understand that delays are not denials. God operates on a divine timetable, orchestrating events with precision. What may seem like a period of inactivity is often a time of preparation, equipping us with the strength and wisdom needed for the journey ahead. Embracing this perspective requires a shift in our mindset. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable barriers, we can see them as opportunities for growth and refinement. The trials we face can strengthen our character, deepen our faith, and draw us closer to God. As Romans 8:28 assures us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. It's also essential to surround ourselves with a supportive community. Sharing our experiences and burdens with others can provide encouragement and insight. Engaging in regular prayer and meditation allows us to align our hearts with God's will, fostering a deeper sense of peace and direction. Remember, your current circumstances do not define your future. The setbacks, disappointments, and failures are merely chapters in a much larger story. God specializes in turning what seems like endings into new beginnings. He is the master of taking broken pieces and creating something beautiful and whole. Listen, this moment you're in right now is not permanent. It may feel like you're stuck, like nothing is changing, like the weight you're carrying is too much to bear. But don't forget who your God is. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He is the God who parted the Red Sea, the God who shut the mouths of lions, the God who raised the dead. And if He did it before, He can do it again. You might feel overlooked, but God sees you. You might feel weak, but His strength is made perfect in your weakness. You might feel like you've lost time, but God is the Redeemer of time. He knows how to restore, how to bring beauty from ashes, and how to take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it into something powerful. Think about Job. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, his family. It seemed like there was no way forward, but in the end, God restored him double for everything he lost. God always has the final say. And what he is writing in your story is far greater than anything you can imagine. So don't let your current struggle define your future. Your past mistakes don't disqualify you. Your delays don't mean denial. Your failures are not final. The same God who made a way for Abraham, Moses, David, and Esther is the same God who is working behind the scenes in your life. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not too far gone. God is still working in your life, even when you can't see it. Sometimes, it's in the silence, in the waiting, in the struggle, that He is doing His greatest work. Just because things haven't happened the way you expected or in the timing you wanted doesn't mean that God has changed His mind about you. His promises still stand, and His word never fails. Think about Joseph. His journey was anything but smooth. He had dreams of greatness, but instead of stepping straight into his destiny, he was thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. Imagine the nights he spent wondering, God, did you forget about me? But God was positioning him, preparing him, refining him. And when the time was right, he went from the prison to the palace in a single day. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels delayed. He is not done with you. Right now, you may be facing a storm, but storms don't last forever. What the enemy meant for evil, God is already turning around for your good. The pain you feel today might just be the very thing that shapes your testimony tomorrow. That rejection, that failure, that heartbreak, it's not the end of your story. It's a setup for something greater. God is not punishing you. He's preparing you. He is strengthening your faith, deepening your trust, and molding you into the person He created you to be. And here's the truth: God sees what you don't. He knows what is ahead. You may be holding on to broken dreams, but God has something even better in store. The very thing you thought was a loss might actually be a divine redirection. So, don't let discouragement make you settle where you are. Don't let fear convince you to quit. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Now, here's my challenge for you. What is one thing you're still believing God for? Drop it in the comments, and let's stand in faith together. You never know, your testimony might be the next one to inspire someone else. And if this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because God is not done with you, and He's not done with them either. Maybe you're feeling tired. Maybe you've been waiting for so long that you're starting to wonder if the promise will ever come to pass. But what if your breakthrough is right around the corner? What if you are just one prayer away, one act of faith away from seeing everything shift? Don't stop now. Don't let go. Keep pressing in. Keep believing. Keep holding on to God's promises. And here's what I want you to do right now. Declare in the comments, God is not done with me. Let this be your declaration of faith. And if this video encouraged you, make sure to share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Because sometimes, all it takes is one word of encouragement to change someone's life. So, hold on to hope. Trust in the promises that have been laid out for you. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Embrace the path ahead with confidence, knowing that God is not yet done with you. Your story is still unfolding, and with each step, you're moving closer to the fulfillment of a divine purpose that surpasses all understanding. Before you go, remember this: God is not done with you. No matter what you're facing, His plans for you are still in motion, and His promises will never fail. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself, share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you haven't already, subscribe and join the Daily Christian family so you never miss out on encouragement and powerful teachings. Drop a comment below and let us know how this video spoke to you. We love hearing from you. Stay strong, stay faithful, and we'll see you in the next